being fair to the honorable members who asked the question, because it is the impression that they've been given that they're reacting to. So many of them have come to ask me that the local government chairman saying that they are not able to function because the state has not allowed them to spend money. And that is what you should respond to that. That is not true by any state of merit. Some of them who have actually called their local government chairman. I think Honorable Ado-Ekiti is there. He had an encounter with me on that, the chairman of our appropriation committee. And I said, go and check with your local government chairman. He got so amount for so project at so time. So only at that point that they found out what's happening at the local government level. It's the chairman and the councillors that are not honest with them, not what you are doing. You don't have any business with local government funds, but it's important for them to know that.
Yeah, we realized that this workshop is all about budgets and it's about Ekiti state government. We want to ask, to what extent has this government been complying with its fiscal responsibility?
To what extent?
Yes, sir.
Well, that is precisely part of why we're here. Even when you have acts in place, when you have laws in place, there are mechanisms that you need to put in place in order to implement fully the conditions enshrined in such laws. Part of what we're doing here is not an executive legislature encounter as such, but we have members of the executive here working with the legislature on the budget process. Because for us, the budget process is not just the business of the legislature, although they carry a heavier burden. But we have to put something before them first in order for them to come up with an appropriation law. In order to do that, we need to engage them as we regularly engage them. But we also need to ensure that what we do becomes much more professional, much more transparent, much more open and accountable to our people. That's what we pledge with the Fiscal Responsibility Act. It's about transparency, it's about accountability, it's about reordering our priorities to fit our 8-point agenda and use the budget as an instrument of social change and development. In tandem with what we're doing here, I'm also embarking in the next 2 weeks, Monday the 14th, I'm starting a village square and town hall meetings in every community to get from them their own feedback on what their priorities are. We may not be able to do everything contained in their priority, but remember, this is a medium-term expenditure framework. It's a 3-year budget arrangement. It's not just for 2012, it's from 2012 to 2014. And what we can't cover in 2012, we take cognizance of it and incorporate it in that 3-year plan, so that it's not just an annual hollow ritual, but really something that would adhere to our own agenda and also to the principles and global standards in budget process.
All right, Ekiti people are really expecting 2012, probably presentation of budget 2012. Is this review part of the process?
Obviously, it's part of the process. You know, the budget process happens partly at the executive level. We're doing our own. Circular for budget went out as far back as July. So the MDAs have started their own process. They've completed it. We're going to have a treasury board, which I preside over, which I chair in the next couple of days. And after the treasury board would go into another review session that would incorporate the concerns, the gaps, the ideas that come from various MDAs into the budget process before I now present this to the honorable members of the legislature. So in our own expectation, we certainly would not be breaking the law. We will present the budget, because I know that's going to be your next question. Am I going to